Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Aissa McGuirl. I'm a holistic fitness coach. I am also an ortho pelvic floor physical therapist. In this video, we're gonna be going over why do I have a mom butt, and then what you could do to add a little bit more some back there. And I wanna state this, we love all booties. Flat booties, round booties, square booties, big booties, oval booties, triangle booties. But this is particularly for those of you that wanna add a little bit more something back there, wanna add a little bit more glutes back there, because these glutes are supposed to function with your entire body. And maybe you have a mom butt, maybe you really don't have much back there, but maybe you also notice maybe some pelvic floor issues, maybe your back hurts a little bit, neck's a little stiff, maybe some knee pain. Glutes are weak, you don't have as much mass back there, and these muscles aren't functioning well with the rest of your body. You might notice you might have some aches and pains or pelvic floor issues as a result of this. And this topic is so near and dear to me because I had nothing. I was flat as a board, straight pancaking, as a teenager and as a young adult. Years of exercise, I finally got something back there. And then when I had my daughter, lost it all again. And then all the things that I did prior to having my daughter, all the things that worked previously to having my daughter, they didn't work. I want to go over in this video why you are struggling to grow your glutes, what steps that you could take to actually connect with your body so that you're able to grow your glutes better, and then what it's going to look like over time. Now, the three main reasons why you are struggling to grow your glutes or you have a mom butt. 1, this pregnancy posture. We're going to go over all of these. 2, you're not loading your exercises appropriately. 3, you're not eating enough to fuel your body. During pregnancy, there's going to be this natural lengthening of our ab wall and lengthening of our pelvic floor to accommodate our growing baby. What this does is because these muscles are going to be a little bit more lengthened, they're going to be a little bit weaker. So what this is going to do, it's going to disrupt how we normally hold our posture. It causes us to shift our center of mass forward, meaning where we hold our weight is going to be a little bit more forward, which is going to disrupt how we move in totality. When we have our weight shifted forward, what you're going to find is tightness in the back of your hips. You're going to find tightness in the back of your pelvic floor, tightness in your glutes. And what this does is when we have this tightness back there, we are not able to move our hips through the full range of motion. And to use your muscles and to grow your muscles, these muscles need to work through their full range of motion. But because we never connected with our deep core, so we never connected with our deep abs and our pelvic floor, it's just going to continue to cause us to hold this tension back there. So we're not able to work our glutes through their full range of motion. Your glutes is not connecting with these deep core muscles. So these muscles are our foundation. And when these muscles aren't working like they're supposed to, it's going to continue to cause that tightness in our hip. It's going to continue to cause us to shift that weight forward. So we're not able to work our hips through their full range of motion, causing you short muscles and little booties. So I teach this in all of my programs. This is the biggest part of our foundation, is connecting with our pelvic floor and deep core. All right, what we're going to do right here is I'm going to teach you how to engage your pelvic floor and deep abs in a position that's going to be a little bit easier. Then what we're going to do is I'm just going to show you how to do it in standing so that you're able to apply it to any of these upright exercises. You're going to go ahead, lay on your back, and I want you to feel your feet on the ground. You can go ahead, put your hands on the ground, and you're going to take a breath in through your nose. When you breathe in, you're going to feel this 360 expansion. All that means is you're going to feel air move into your chest, sides of your rib cage, back, belly, pelvic floor. Then as you exhale, I want you to feel a lift of your pelvic floor, compression of your lower belly, middle belly, rib cage, as you slowly, fully exhale without crunching downward like this. So let's go ahead and try it. Breathe in, exhale. Exhale is that lift of your pelvic floor, compression of your lower belly, middle belly, rib cage. Picture this as a lifting up of your pelvic floor and a zipping up type motion through your abs. This is teaching you how to engage your pelvic floor and your deep abs. Now I'm going to teach you guys how to do this in standing. So just like we were talking about on the ground, it's very similar, but now we're just in a standing position. I want you to feel your feet on the ground. Really make sure you feel your feet. want you to have a nice tall spine and unlock your knees. So get that full breath in. Now as you exhale, same thing that we were doing on the floor, you're gonna get a lift of your pelvic floor, compression of your lower belly, middle belly, rib cage as you slowly, fully exhale. Again, making sure you're not crunching down as you exhale. So the same thing that you saw when laying on your back, or same thing that you felt when laying on your back, you're gonna feel that lift, and then you're gonna see things get smaller in this belly region, starting from your lower belly, traveling up to your lower rib cage. Let's try it. You learn this connection and then you apply this to all different types of glute exercises. You're able to work your glutes through your full range of motion and not build a butt in your back, because that is often what I find is people are doing these glute exercises, but because we don't have this connection with our core, we built a butt in our back or our neck. So learn this connection piece and then apply this to glute exercises. Now, this brings me to number 2. Not loading your exercises enough. So some of us, we might actually have some degree of this connection and we might be doing the proper exercises, but what we're probably doing is we're not loading these exercises enough. We taught you how to connect with those pelvic floor and deep ab muscles. And if you had a hard time, it takes a while. You might not get it on the first time, but you have to continuously do this. And this could be applied to all of the exercise that you're doing. And as you do this more and more consistently, and you apply it to each different type of exercise, you're gonna be able to connect with these deep core muscles and then use these deep core muscles with the rest of your body. And maybe we're choosing the proper exercises to do. Maybe we're choosing hip thrusts, RDLs, step downs, Bulgarian split squats. Those are some of the best glute exercises. But if we're not loading them enough and we're continuously doing these exercises, we're not challenging our muscles or overloading our muscles enough so that we're able to build our glutes appropriately. So if you're doing your exercises and you're getting into the 15, 20 repetition range, and you might be able to do a little bit more, we need to load our muscles more. So this means get heavier weights. And this is one thing that I really want to point out is as these weights get heavier, your core needs to be able to keep up with the demand of these exercises so that, again, we don't build this butt in our back and our neck and have other aches and pains associated with this. So this is why this core work, learning how to connect with these core muscles and then progressing that over time as well, along with these glute exercises and progressing them over time, it's going to be vital. And the last thing, number 3, is making sure that you're eating enough. If we're not eating enough, particularly protein, we're not going to have enough building blocks to actually build our muscles. My recommendation is usually 0.7 to 1.0 grams of protein per ideal body weight. I weigh about 140 pounds and my goal is to be about 145. So I want to gain a little bit more muscle mass, particularly in the booty area. So my goal is to aim for about 145 grams of protein per day. Could look a little bit less, more or less depending on the person. Also depends on how active you are. But I typically aim for the higher side of it just because this protein is so vital in everything in our body. So it's important for the muscles, but it's also important for our brain, our nerves, everything going on in our body needs this protein. So if you're not getting enough protein in, which people really struggle with. So if you are struggling with getting enough protein in, especially if you aren't aware of this, if you aren't aware of how much protein you're getting in, and then you go to track it for maybe like a couple days, you might find that you're significantly lower than what you need. And if you're significantly lower than what you need, that's why you have no butt. You can't build a butt if there's nothing to build it with. So make sure you're getting in enough protein. Also, carbs. So I know a lot of us shame carbs, we limit carbs. Depending on what your goals are, you might need more or less carbs. But carbs can be our friend in building glutes. Yes, you want to pick better types of carbs. Some of my favorite sources of carbs, beans. I love beans, especially just because of the additional amount of fiber. Red potatoes, sweet potatoes, purple potatoes, any type of potatoes. Potatoes are not bad. These are good carbs for our body. I love lentil pasta, and then fruits and vegetables as well. So all of these are good sources of carbohydrates that are gonna give our body a little bit more fuel, which we need to make our muscles and also fuel our workout. But they also have so many additional other benefits to help our bodies as well. Now, a few things that I wanna point out. It does take time. So this is not gonna happen overnight. You can't expect to build a butt overnight. So we need to be consistent with these things. And I really wanna emphasize this. We need to progress slowly over time. We don't wanna just be increasing every single time that we go to the gym. This is what's gonna cause that neck pain, that back pain, or also that big neck, that big back, and lack of gains in your glutes. You want to progress slowly over time, making sure that you're recovering appropriately, incorporating a cool down, making sure that you're taking days off. You're not training your glutes every single day, because that could be a big part in why you are not seeing the gains in your glutes. All of these factors matter. Hopefully you found this video helpful. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you found this video helpful, please like it, share it. This just helps to get better information out there. If you want to learn a little bit more about this topic, I have a free training link below. If you're struggling with pelvic floor issues, various aches and pains in your body, I have a free training, Connect the Body Out to the Pelvic Floor, that teaches you all about this and then all of these connections within your body that you might be potentially struggling with. So I will link that below. If you're interested in working with me in any capacity, I will link that below as well. You could book your consultation, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.